So we're gonna start straight up with
Space
it.
coconut.
TDZ Luke is asking, can you show the results or stats of the bloodlust experiment? So we don't have a fancy graph to show. All right, so we have a question from AGM on forums. Are there any steps being taken to reduce the grind?
I can't really discuss anything at this time, but do know that we are aware and there are plans in the works to address it.
GFed from forum is asking, will Decisive Strike get a rework or a change?
We would like to do something about the more abusive side of it. We are discussing possible improvements for this perk.
Reverse Velocity from forums is asking, are there any other killers that will be getting any changes soon?
Clown. The Huntress is getting an add-on pass. 2 releases after the Twins ship. There will be an adjustment like we did with the Blight. Demogorgon.
This is not like a big killer rework or anything, but there are a couple of tweaks coming to the Wraith as well. I'm not even going to get too deep into it. I'll just leave the small tease of true invisibility.
A Poiple Turtle is asking, are there any plans to add more features to custom games like bots or solo play?
So it's not super high on the priority list, but we're aware that you guys want something there, and so it's being what's a good word, percolated in the background. Yes.
All right. Fogbringer from the forums is asking, will killers who didn't receive a map at launch get them after the graphical update is complete, like the Twins or the Blight?
Unfortunately, we don't have any plans at the moment to add new maps for previously released characters.
Quebec from the forum is asking, will there be more changes to Twins besides those announced?
So you can expect that in the next full chapter release, there will be some tweaks and updates to the Twins then.
Oni wants your macaroni. I'm sorry, I just can't with the names today. Will we ever see at least a fix for FPS drops?
So yes, this issue and other issues like it are pretty high on our priority list.
All right, Ethan, the real Ants Gruber is asking, why has the meta been consistent for so long, and why have you not tried to mix it up more? Nork is saying, are there plans on making the Rift easier to max out?
Yeah, so we are looking into some other methods for earning progression in the Rift, but there's nothing yet concrete enough that I can announce today, but we're on it.
So Cloxo is asking, any update on fixing the Blight's point of view?
Yes, we have a version it's recently been pulled back, and it's really good, but it's not ready yet, and we can't really release, but it's almost there, and it will be sooner rather than later. Like, you're not going to have to wait a year for this update. It'll be sooner than that.
Okay, but if we're just moving the camera, why is it not there already, Ethan?
Because we're not just moving the camera, we are rebuilding the animations, because the camera is attached to a bone, and so the first-person animations all have to change. And that's a lot of work.
Okay, so Master Grit is asking, will map RNG be improved, specifically about dead zones?
So this thing for dead zones is not going to be necessarily attached to a visual update to any particular map.
San Pavo is asking if the licensed characters will be part of the character model updates as well.
Yep, they will be getting the same treatment as other characters.
All right. Miss Herrick is asking, when can we expect Victor's animation for lockers?
Yeah. This one is coming in an upcoming patch. I do not have an exact date, unfortunately, but it is coming.
Passerino T. When can we expect the new maps again?
Soon.
Joey66 is asking if we're gonna ever get a stats tracker for players.
Which means it's probably not in the cards for now. Although I personally, I think many other people on the team would love to see something like that.
Joe by Daylight's asking, what map or realm will we rework next? So I know you saw on social media we've been showing up some work in progress and also computers about the upcoming maps. So keep an eye on social media because we're not ready to announce that today. All right, Dabby Wow is asking, can we get a teaser for the changes coming to the clown? So the answer is
Yes.
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 This was a work in progress and can change. Freddie 96 is asking if we will rework all the offerings. So Ethan?
No. We're not going to rework all of them.
Noob Dog is asking any plans for a solo queue buff. Snake Sound 222. Will our trophies eventually transfer from PS4 to PS5?
I know, due to technical limitation, that doesn't work yet. Now, I can't rule out, we can't say we'll never happen at the moment. It's a technical limitation and we're not able to. But at least you get to do Skilled Huntress twice.
So, a can of air. Do you have any plans for advanced tutorial for Survivor and Killers?
We are currently talking about the tutorial, and it would be nice to see something like that.
All right. The next question, I will take the answer for that one, but Mooks is asking, is a community contest for an original killer power possible, like we do for cosmetic contest? So that's unfortunately very unlikely. And yeah, we don't think this would feel very good for the community member and the contributor. So that's the answer on that. Very unlikely. We
It
don't
could
like
be-
to say never, but very unlikely.
Yeah, it's a pretty old reference, I know.
Wisdom Wielder is asking, many new perks are just better versions of old perks. Are you trying to revisit some of these? For example, Oppression versus Pop, Surge versus Overcharge, and Undying versus Thrill of the Hunt.
They give you like oppression saving travel time as opposed to Pop just giving you a chunk of lost progress. So I'm not sure I agree with that assessment.
Filled Pizza is asking if Larry's, the Saloon, and Midwich will be graphically reworked, or are we happy with them?
Yeah, we are not currently planning to update them in the same push as the other maps. I think they're pretty neat.
Also, we're focusing mainly on like very old realms to make sure that we're bringing that to a more up-to-date standard, and that's the main priority for the graphical update at this very moment. Can of Air again, hello. With the release of the twins, will we see more unique killer powers in the future? For example, a killer using an AI.
I think we will see more unique killer powers in the future, but I can't really comment on what those might be at the moment.
All right, Jotaro, any balance change for Freddie in the future?
Yes, indeed. So we do have a date in the works for Freddie. I can't tell you what it is. However, I think it's success from 1 year now. Freddie has been pretty firmly on top. No details yet. Stay tuned.
All right, Wimut, I don't know if I said that right. Can Sofan expect new skins for the pig? So I don't know if I can say expect, since that suggests that there's definitely something coming up. But we did add new outfits for the pig in the past, so it's in the realm of possibilities. Just a little peek is asking, do you have anything planned for Demogorgon? So
yeah, we mentioned earlier that we are going to be visiting Demogorgon after we finish the con update.
all right, Valor is asking, any news on the server side hit validation?
We turned it on and then turned it off.
G Hondo is asking, can you do something about Badham map rates? Jotaro is asking, can we get cross progression between different platforms? We would like to have cross progression between all platforms. So far, we can only confirm cross progression between Steam and Stadia, with Switch being on the way. So that's the only thing we can say for this. BM33. Will console ever be involved in more testing? Example, a
Yeah, so unfortunately, this is unlikely. That's probably no on PTB, but yes on other kinds of live testing.
Sweet Terror. Will there be an update that fixes the UI on Xbox Series X and PS5?
The answer is yes.
Are mouse and keyboard compatibility coming to Xbox and PlayStation?
It's not planned at the moment.
Partially from Twitter is asking, will all the graphic updates, the map making the game look much better? Is there any chance of us seeing colorblind settings added in the near future? So for 2021, we're reviewing a lot of settings option and evaluating additional setting features. We're already right now, we're not close enough to an actual plan to commit on any specific feature, but know that we're reevaluating setting options and setting features. Paladin Goo, can we disable exhaustion perks for a weekend to see how necessary they are in their current form, much like the Bloodlust experiment?
We haven't seen anything that looks like this at the moment, but if we did want to do a deeper analysis on it, we would not have to do a full experiment on it.
Luminous is asking, y'all got more of those stats? The King Twitch on Twitter is asking, is there any update on key and or Mori changes? And is there an ETA you're able to give us?
The answer to the first question is yes. The answer to the second question is no.
All right, so Fleshtown is asking on Twitter, when will we see a LGBTQ plus character in Dead by Daylight? All right, Sour Melon Soda on Twitter is asking, will we get Dwight in a maid dress?
Maybe we will, maybe we won't.
No.
Okay, so multiple people were asking if there were plans to adjust the emblems because Killer's a bit harder to rank up at the moment.
Yeah, so in the long term, there is a plan to adjust emblems.
Exactly.
Yep.
All right, Genzo from Japan is asking, have you considered making AFK Crow appear above Survivor who don't work on generator for X amount of time to prevent them from taking the game hostage?
No, we wouldn't do that, but not because we don't want games held hostage, but because approaching hostage holding from that angle leads to more questions than it solves, and then it probably wouldn't be a good feature. So if we wanted to reduce hostage holding, we would probably approach it from a different direction.
Casey is asking, what was the most challenging part in the design of the twins' power?
The twins have a very unique power which allows them to be in 2 places at once, which creates a lot of problems that other killers don't have. Yeah, so like we mentioned at the beginning of the stream, there were probably a higher than normal number of issues with the content in the last patch. The fixes are coming. We have follow-up patches planned for this. I noticed a lot of people in the chat were mentioning bugs which were not in our original known issues list in the patch notes, such as the issues with the Legion's power and Leatherbase's power. We're aware of these, and we are working on this stuff. I'm going to get those patches out to you as soon as possible.
Yeah, so we're doing our best to get that up to speed. And again, for thanking you for sticking up with us while we're fixing this issue, you can log in game, and you will have an extra number of blood points on top of the normal advent calendar stuff. And that's pretty much it.